Welcome back to another lesson, and in this lesson I'm going to show you 5 different exercises for building up different aspects of your piano technique. So let's get straight into it. Okay, the first exercise is an exercise for your left hand, and it goes like this. The right hand is fairly simple. It just holds down this simple triad chord. So I'm starting out with an E, a G, and a C, and I'm just translating it up as I play. The real heart of the exercise is in the left hand. I'm going to play it slowly, and it's a repeating pattern, so I'm going to just play the first pattern, then show you how to go up the piano. So slowly I have C, D, E, D, C, D, E, G, and then repeating again, going up the white notes. You can do this over 2 octaves. Or as many octaves as you want. What this does is it builds up the strength and independence of your 5th, 4th, and 3rd fingers on the left hand. These are fairly weak fingers when you start out, so it's important to build them up or build up their dexterity over time. Alright, the second exercise is actually the first exercise in a book written by Hanon over 100 years ago, aimed precisely at helping pianists build up their piano skills. It goes like this. I'll play it, and then we're going to break it down. And it has a counterpart where you go down. This isn't precisely how the exercise appears in the original book by Hanon, but it captures or encapsulates the main essence. Let me play it slowly and explain exactly what I'm doing. So I'm playing the same pattern in both hands. I'll play it slowly so you can follow. Again, this works mainly on, when you go up, it works mainly on the left hand and mainly on these 3 fingers. You see, have this jump here, and this also works on stretching your 5th and 4th fingers apart. It's very important in this exercise and all the others to start out very slowly and play cleanly. So don't play fast unless you can play things cleanly and exact and very make sure you articulate every note. Going down, it's the same pattern but in reverse. So again, it's the same repeating pattern going either up or down the piano. For the third exercise, let's work on the left hand. And we're going to work on stretching it. So we're going to play octaves. And the pattern that we're going to play is a simple sort of rock piano line. In the right hand, we're just going to hold down a chord. Let's hold down C dominant 7th. So I'm playing an E, G, B flat, and C in my right hand. In the left hand, I'm doing C, so I'm jumping an octave, E, G, A, B flat, and then down, all the way back, A, G, E, and repeat. That's my cat. He approves of the exercise. You can do the same thing with any chord. So once you finish up with C dominant 7th, you can do, say, let's say F dominant 7th. Just transpose the entire exercise to different chords. So try out different chords with this pattern and see. Each chord will give you different, or present a different difficulty because you're jumping between different notes. You're not repeating the same spatial pattern. For the fourth exercise, let's play an arpeggio on the right hand, but let's make it, I think, a bit more challenging. We're going to play an arpeggio of the C minor chord. So the C minor chord is made of these three notes, a C, an E flat, and a G, and whatever the lowest note we play, we're going to double it. And then we're going to play inversions of this. So I'll just play them and then we'll go over the notes. But first of all, have a listen. And we're going to arpeggiate the notes. So, and then, so starting out with a C, E flat, G, C, then E flat, G, C, E flat, then G, C, E flat, G, and then just like what we started out with, C, E flat, G, C, and then going down. So C, G, E flat, C, everything is in reverse now. G, E flat, C, G, E flat, C, G, E flat, and C, G, E flat, C. You can hold down the C minor chord in the left hand as you play this, but it's not a requirement. Notice in particular that in the right hand, in some of the inversions, I'm playing particular fingerings. So for example, in this inversion, you see that I'm using my 5th finger for the E flat and my 4th for the C. So make sure you go back and watch the video and see exactly which fingers I use as I play the arpeggio. Again, there's no end goal or end speed for you to play this at. The faster the better, but always try and play very cleanly. So don't ever play fast unless you can play things in an exact way. So you have to give equal weight to each note, make sure that each note is clearly heard and is not sort of smeared together with the other notes. So it's perfectly fine to start out with a very, very slow speed. Something like this. This is a nice exercise because again it works on kind of the weak hands, weak fingers in the right hand, so mainly 5th and 4th, and it forces you, when you play these notes in the 4th and 5th finger, to sort of, again, it forces you to exercise these particular fingers as you arpeggiate the chord. Okay, for the 5th exercise, we're going to go back to working on these weak fingers in the right hand. And the exercise is this. Again, it's a repeating pattern that simply goes down the keyboard. So I'm going to start from this position. I'm going to hold down the C major chord in the left hand, C, E, and G. And in the right hand, I'm going to play this pattern. A bit faster, it sounds like this. So, and now we're going to take it simply down the keyboard one step at a time. What this does is it forces, again, your 3rd, 4th, and 5th fingers to work, but so every exercise here worked on a different aspect or different sort of muscle or submuscle. Actually, I'm not sure, I'm not a muscle physiologist, but a sort of different muscle in your right hand. So the main feature of this particular exercise is this sort of motion. This works sort of alternating either these two fingers, 3rd and 5th, or 4th and 5th, which again is a different type of motion than the previous 4 exercises covered. Again, start slow, play everything, make sure everything is articulated, and slowly go and increase the speed, use a metronome, and sort of build things up. Make sure that you play everything clearly and equally and cleanly. That's it for now. I hope you've learned something interesting and you have something to practice for the weekend, and I'll see you next time. If you've made it this far, then I'm happy to put in a shameless plug for my sister's online jewelry store. She makes handcrafted jewelry and she has an online jewelry store in Etsy. You should check it out if that's your thing. There's a link in the description and also in this thumbnail. That's it. I'll see you next time.